Of course, you remembered the name.
All good, bro. Just getting back to work. It's been hectic. Just checking if audio is coming on stream as well. One sec.
Of course, you
Okay,
remembered
okay,
the
okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool. Sure. I'll wait for a few guys more to join, then I'll start. Shall play now. Your voice is very faint, bro. Yeah, now it's a bit better, yeah. So you'll have to test connection and restart the game. Try again.
Oh, do you know how to test connection in sport mode?
No, PS का test connection, Ayush.
Oh, yes, no.
It stopped for some reason. Been busy, man. I'm trying to get things back on track. Not really, but still just hustling. So not got time, and जब भी फन लॉबी होता तभी मेरा कुछ प्लान रहता ही है. So I'm a man of my word, so I'll just stick to that. Can't change last minute. No, man. It's just been 1 year. Absolutely not. I'm fine where I am right now. So all the guys on the party, I'll run you all through and watching on the stream as well. I'll run you all through the lab. Whenever you all have a question, you all can feel free to speak up. Any question, any doubt, or anything like that, I'll be happy to address them. This track is sorry. Okay. 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 Yeah, of course. वो तो आ जाएगा 131.5 तक आ जाना चाहिए. No, I've not got it yet. I got it in a lobby I had started before, but अभी तक इसमें नहीं आया. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's no, I've tried all the cars. It's almost the same. Only NSX has one special corner that I'll mention. Uh, okay, yeah, everything else is the same. I'll keep this on for your guidance.
Like this race, more than anything, has become way a lot about not picking the right car. You're just pretty much choosing a different skin, more or less, unless you're in the NSX.
Every car has its own advantage and disadvantage, but they are all pretty level. And you have to basically tame your own car. You have to know what are its strengths, what are its weaknesses, and make your race accordingly.
With the NSX being set up differently to both the other cars is the only different thing it brings to the table. Apart from it behaves differently accordingly.
Yeah,
Apart from
slightly.
that, it is, yeah, minor, but like it's still there. And it don't with regards to Lexus and NSX or Lexus and GTR. Tire, yeah, the NSX has the highest tire wear.
Not necessarily, bro. It depends how you drive it. NSX is, I think, one of the cars. It'll depend how you drive it. Lexus.
The Lexus likes to be revved out a little bit. So when you hit the red line, you let it sit for at least 1.5, maybe 2 seconds. Like if you go out driving any of the Lexus group cars, so there's like what four? There's three RCFs. One's a group four that is shit. In general, it is shit. The group three RCF and the group two RCF, and this Lexus, this SC430, they all share the same common trait. All of them are NA, and all of them have a lot of power up top. They need to be revved out. Like the RCF has very specific speeds. Every car has that, but RCF has very specific speeds at which you upshift to get the most out of that engine. Apart, if not, that car cannot keep up with anything else. But if you get that right, it can keep up with quite literally anything in the game, apart from the Ferrari, the new Ferrari, which is a with the CNG. Literally. What more can I say about that? Also, Hershey at like yeah, final 7 minutes for everyone else. Final 7 minutes will start at 9:10, 9:10.
Last 3 minutes. Okay, I
Still
have a hot lap saved.
all right.
It's 131 to 131 flat or 130s is also possible.
131 2. That's what you did right now.
Yeah,
130 is
yeah.
possible definitely.
So 130.5 or 130.6 maybe would be pole time for Group A, is what my suggestion would be. No. You mean to say fuel ratio, right?
Fuel percentage, fuel load.
Yeah, so this is full push. On a lower
Okay.
percentage, you will lose time, maybe like a second. Mm. Mm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. No. So 130, high 130s, mid 130s maybe is possible on a full tank of fuel. It also depends on wind conditions and what you have. Like, for example, if you see the conditions, I have a tailwind. So it must have helped me down the straight to gain a few tenths. So just a assumption right now. A safe fast time would be 131 flat or 131 lows. You can do that in any condition, no matter what. No, yeah, it's off. It's off. Wind, wind है तो it's off. If there is no wind, if it's zero, that means it's on. I'd suggest you watch the stream. Mute कर लो and be in the party. Siddharth, are you facing issues on the party or something like that? Okay. It could just be that our connection, some connections don't work no matter what. But he'll lag then maybe. Try if you want.
All the rookies in the party and over on the stream as well. We're starting in about 2 minutes. So if you're on an outlap or something, at the end you'd have to come in, look at Hershey's screen, look at his POV. He's the one in the dark Lexus, the one with the fastest time. I hope that's it's easy to recognize. Any yeses? Any nos? Yeah.
Hello? Okay, cool. So, uh, I'll start now. So, welcome to the track walk of Fuji International Speedway. You guys will start enjoying this track more once you learn it. Initially, it tends to be a bit annoying and a bit frustrating, certain corners that you're not getting. So, as you go along, as you learn it, you'll start to understand the flow of the track and you'll start to enjoy racing more over here. So, I'll be taking your corner by corner, showing your braking points and a few tips for every corner, maybe the exit gears, which gear. Now, the exit gear can vary from car to car. You have to uh, choose it based on your revs. So there are certain corners where you have to, even though you're not at your bar in the middle is not completely revved out, you still short shift to get a better exit and better traction. Now this again depends from car to car, but most GR2 cars have the same property that if you short shift a little bit earlier, you get a better exit out of the corners, and it helps you get into a flow as well. So I'll be taking you all through the track. Anytime you'll have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay, sounds good.
Everyone, please unmute
Yep.
yourself.
Yeah.
Say yes or no. If you, not just for the sake of it, but understand that as league admin, I can tell you this is one of the hardest track and car combinations you guys will have, or you guys have had till now. So it is better if you guys are actively engaging in it and actively learning, paying attention to everything, and asking as many questions as you can.
Is
Over to Arshit.
anybody here from COVID batch in college or school?
Yeah. Yeah.
तो पता है वो फीलिंग आता है जब टीचर बोलते हैं बोलो कुछ बोलो कुछ. It feels like I'm
Yeah.
back in COVID right now.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. I'll help you guys understand the track as best as I can. So the biggest contributor to your lap time. So I'm not going to start with corner one right now. I'll start with the last corner because that is the most important corner of your lap, to my understanding. You will gain maybe 5/10, maybe even a second, maybe more if you're in slipstream. And it is the last corner is critical to where you brake in the first corner. All right. So, and it is a bit, so there are few corners where you'll make mistakes in this track. There is this is one of them. So I would say it's quite a challenging corner of this track, and to understand it, it starts with the flow of your sector 3. So usually you see there is a break, there is a barrier on the right hand side. You see this orange marker here? This is once this disappears from your screen, you have to start braking. And you have to be on the outside as much as possible. Do not touch the curbs, you will go wide. Once you finish that barrier on the right hand side, you have to turn in and carry as much as speed through here. Go as wide as possible or take it without the curves. That's your discretion, because here you can spin out as well. So I'll take it in full speed just so that you'll get an understanding of what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. I don't think that person is in the party group.
That's super Vedu. He's in lobby B. I think he's just practicing around.
So you have to power out as soon as possible, get on throttle as soon as possible, and get the best exit out of that corner. So I just wanted to make you all understand that that corner is critical for your straight line speed throughout the straight. We'll come back to it again. So you have to make sure every lap you do, you have to know that you've got a good exit or a bad exit on that corner. Why I say that is, here there are two braking markers I would give you. If you've got a really good exit, you have to brake before the curve starts on the left hand side at the bottom. See here, this curve, if you've got a good exit from that corner, you would brake about here, like before the curve, just to be safe and not go wide. If you've got a bad exit, you would brake just after the curve starts. And on this curve, on this corner, you can, it's kind of a slingshot. Like how our last corner is a slingshot, this is also a slingshot. So the way you take it is you brake in a straight line as much as possible, and then you turn in to this curve. You ride that curve and you come on the exit. Don't go on the left part of the track on that green stuff, because that's quite slippery. You will spin out for sure. All right. Throughout here, it's flat out completely. When you get to this corner, there is a orange box here. If you see it on the top right, this is your point where you tap the brakes lightly and you turn in. You downshift to third. Now, when you downshift to third, your revs will be max. Your car will be revving out, and as soon as you cross that bollard, you're supposed to shift to fourth. And take this curve as much as possible on the outside without getting a penalty. This spot is the spot you will get the most penalties throughout your race. Most drivers, no matter how experienced, get penalties on this corner. All right. Any questions so far?
No question.
All right. So you take that exit, you shift down to first, and you take the exit on second. When you're braking on the straight, you shift down all the way to first. When before turning, you shift up to second and you power out through the corner like a slingshot.
Okay.
So ideally, I personally don't look at the speed myself ever. It's more about the revs and the sound that you have. It's a flow, right? So I don't think so you'll get that much of a slingshot from the first corner that you will go past the second corner despite braking on this orange board. The orange box is your braking marker, no matter what speed. If you feel you're a bit fast, you can brake earlier and be cautious. But this is a corner you have to be very careful at, because you'll get penalties for sure. And in the wet, it's even worse.
Do we trail brake, or is it just a full hard 100% brake?
It's just a tap of the brake, slightly, not 100%, slight tap, like maybe 50, maybe 60%. Just a tap and then you turn in.
Okay. Can you just demo it on the brake pedal?
Sure.
We'll see.
I'll start from the first corner again. 1 second. Good idea, man. Ideally, you would be here, and you put second there, and you power out from here. It's as simple as that. Once you see the box, tap the brake slightly, turn in on third, lift, and switch to fourth. Should I do it again?
Yeah.
Also, on this track, your brake balance is +5 no matter what. No matter which car you are in, to my understanding, +5 will get you the best rotation. All GR2 cars. If you have higher tire wear, then maybe you might consider changing it, but it should be +5 for your 3 cars, to my understanding. You got it? You have to tap the brake slightly, turn in. Don't keep the throttle pinned 100% if you're not confident. If you're confident that you will make it and you will not get a penalty, then you can go full blast on 4th gear. Don't keep it on 3rd. If you'll keep it on 3rd, you will keep going straight. You have to just be on 3rd for a millisecond until you cross that bollard. Once you cross that bollard, you have to be in 4th. 4th will give you better rotation and you will make it within the lines of the track. Till here you switch to 3rd for a millisecond and you're back at 4th. Here you cannot go past this much, I would say, is penalty zone. You can't take it this far into the track. Alright. So first 2 corners clear? Anybody on the stream have any questions?
None that I can see on the group. If you have a stream chat up, there should be some there.
I put a message. If they have anything, they'll let us know.
Also, while we are here, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. But does everyone understand what Bollard Hershey's is talking about constantly? Because we've had this issue in the past, by a couple of people not being too savvy with the terminology. But does everyone understand what Bollard Hershey's is talking about? It's this thing right here, this orange. Yep, everyone. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Continue.
Alrighty. 1 second. Alright. So now our races are obviously going to have tire wear, and depending on the values that these guys put, it determines how your race goes. The lower the value, I would say the faster the racing, the higher the value you have to kind of save your tires. So the next corner is a bit iconic. It's, I wouldn't say 2 corners, but it's challenging. It's quite challenging. Are you sure this is called 100R?
I'm sorry, what?
You sure this is called 100R corner?
Yeah, this is 100R.
Cool. So when you carry speed through the turn 2 and you not get a penalty, you come through here in 4th. You do your best to hug the inside of this corner without going on the grass. There is a point where you see this shaded region here. It's a bit difficult to see, but it's there. It's a bit, you see this is slightly shaded after the white line. Slightly. So here is where you lift and brake depending on the speed that you're carrying. Ideally, lifting should be fine. When your corner becomes tighter, you have to go slightly wide, and then come back in tight. You have to stay tight here. Here in the NSX, you will definitely go wide, so you have to be very careful about that throughout your race. If you go more wide, you'll get dirty tires and you will not have any grip. You might spin out. So I'll start from sector 1 and I'll show you all again what I'm talking about when it comes to 100R corner. $100R is the long right right-hander that I am taking you through right now.
100R is how you refer to it. So, for example, the corner Hershey's is leading up to right now is called Coca-Cola corner, which goes after which you go into 100R and then to the first hairpin. After the first hairpin, you go to 300R, which is the long right-hander, the straight. Now, I am not too sure about the history of these names. I'm sure Coca-Cola corner is named after a billboard.
130R is at Suzuka if you're confusing it with
Yeah.
that. Don't get stuck on the name so much. Just remember the longest right-hander. Okay? Yeah, it's just a name. It's just a name. All right. So I'm taking you guys through that corner. You can stay on fourth or fifth depending on your goal in the race. Wait. So you stay on fourth, you hug this, you go to fifth, back to fourth, lift a bit, take it tight. This is how you take it. Now, this corner is very critical for your race if you have tire wear on. Okay, whether that be 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever it be. There is through this corner, you will notice that your tires start squealing quite loudly. Now, the tire squeal is the angle. The louder the tire squeal, the more the angle is there between the surface and the tire that is causing it to wear. So if you're hearing a very loud tire squeal and you keep going, eventually you will see that your front left tire is becoming red. It will be surrounded with a borderline of red. That means high tire wear. And this corner is the place that causes your front left tire to completely wear out. So throughout this race, no matter what car you are in, NSX, Lexus, or the Nissan, your front left tire is the most critical that you have to take care of. And this is the corner where you have to take care of it the most. If you have a higher wear, I would suggest you lift and take this more gently. If you have a lower wear, you can maybe go at it a bit more aggressive. And when it comes to the gearing through this corner, you are obviously in fourth over here. If you are topping out on the fourth gear, switch to fifth and then downshift back to fourth when you have to take the second apex of the corner. There are two apexes in this. This is the first one where you're sticking to the inside, then the mid part of the corner where you go a bit wide towards the middle of the track, and then you take the second apex tightly as much as possible. You might go a bit wide here because of the speed you're carrying, which is totally fine. But no matter how wide you go, you have to come back to the right of the track. All right? You cannot take the next corner being on the inside, on the left-hand side. Clear?
Yeah.
Any questions for this corner? Because this is this is a bit difficult. Few guys have been struggling. I've been reading the chats in WhatsApp group. Yes, this long corner. If you are clear with this, I'll move forward to the next one. All right, cool. So I'll just show it to you guys once more. So that's how you take it. It's pretty much each sector is a flow on its own. All right, you have to get in the flow, and sector 1 ideally should be your best as when you practice. It goes sector by sector. You're the best at sector 1, good at sector 2, and bad at sector 3 is usually how the pattern goes. But eventually you get good at all the sectors, so don't worry about that. So going to the next corner that we have. So the exit to the corner that I was just referring to, the 100R, is critical for this next corner, as if you are too wide through 100R, and especially for NSX guys, this is important. In the NSX, you will most likely go as wide as here. No matter what speed you're carrying, you're going very wide here, which is I would say maybe one flaw of that car, but it compensates in other ways and gets back the lap time. So don't feel that you're handed a bad car. It's a good car. I've driven it. It's just that this corner for NSX guys, you have to be very, very careful. If you go wide, you'll get dirty tires and you might spin out, or you might get damaged, or your race will be ruined basically. So be careful over here. All right. So when you finish your 100R corner and you're back here, we have our square friend again on the right side. The orange box is your braking marker. Ideally, it's quite small, and I know that maybe you might miss it. So you can think of your braking marker as a frame. So like right now where I am stood is, you can think of this as a frame. Like you can refer the board that is there in front, the blue board, you can refer that as a braking marker as well. It doesn't have to be that you have to look at that square box and then you have to memorize it or whatever. For practice, when you're practicing, look at the braking markers, but eventually I would say it has to go as per what you're seeing on your track. You don't have to look at the braking marker every time, because then in case something happens in front of you, a car brakes too early or something like that, you'll miss it and you'll just hit them. So don't stick to those markers. Use them for practice to understanding the track. Once you're good at the track, you feel that you've understood where to brake, then stop looking at it and just go by the flow. All right. So you come at quite a lot of speed over here in 4th gear. All right. Once you do, you brake at this box all the way, and once you're done braking about here, you are in 2nd gear. All right. This curve, you can take it, you cannot take it. That's your own choice. My choice is not taking it usually. I just touch it and I go as wide as possible on this corner. On this corner, you can kind of exploit the curves and go quite wide. There is a limit to where you can get a penalty. You guys should practice this and figure out where the penalty is exactly. Because I've been doing this track for like about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and I have not been able to figure out where the hell is that line. But there is a line. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure. More behind. This is what you're referring to. All right. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Makes sense, everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually you'd be at 2nd over here, and you have to power out through this corner, okay? And you can spin easily on this corner as well, but it's a corner that you can make a lot of time on. You can exploit it. you can go on the green stuff. It does cause dirty tires, but not as much as like if you're on the grass. All right, it's forgiving a bit. So you can exploit it as much as possible. I exploit it as much as possible when I'm racing. So it's pretty straightforward. The box on your right, downshift to second, take this tight, go as wide as possible, full power, and shift to third whenever possible. Avoid getting a penalty, and you should be good with that corner. That is, I would say, one of the easiest corners on the track. As long as your 100R is good. Not perfect, even good, it's fine. That's the most forgiving corner on the track. You guys should be fine with that. Any questions you'll have? Just
No.
check the stream once.
No.
Alright, cool. Yeah, of course. No, you can slightly be on the power. I don't think so. You have to be completely off the power. The slight problem with this track is that it's a flow. You remember it as a flow, so recollecting exactly what I'm doing. You can stay at half. You can stay at half power and see, you have to, on the exit of that corner, you have to get on the power based on your confidence in the car, knowing that, okay, this much power it will hold. If you're not confident, take it slowly. It's better than spinning out and losing your race. This is with respect to any corner on the track. Your exit matters more than your entry speed. This track is defined by your exit speeds. Everywhere. Last corner, first corner, the corner before 130R, the fast left-hander. Then this is another corner where the exit speed matters a lot. By exit speed, you can gain up to 2 to 3 seconds easily. If you'll do in time trial, you'll have to experiment with the last corner, the first corner, and this previous corner that we had after 130R. You will see that you gain a lot of time. All right? Sure. Go ahead. All right. Thanks for that, Ram. Hope of course. Hope the previous corner is clear. As Ram said, it is about throttle control. How confident you are on the throttle depends and defines your exit speed. So everybody clear? I'll move ahead then.
Yep.
So then, I'll run you all through what we have gone through so far again. Except the first corner, the other corners you can refer to as your guidance, I would say. once you'll start understanding the flow of this track, you will really start enjoying it. Cool. So moving to the next part. Now, this is, I would say, the most technical section of the track. Here, you have to be quite careful while racing because quite a lot of incidents can happen here if you are misjudging your opponents or misjudging your braking points. I will be running through the track again and explaining any pointers through a racing POV. For now, the braking point on the next, it's almost kind of like a hairpin. It's a hairpin. So your Dunlop board on the top is a sign that, okay, now you have to start braking. Once you cross the Dunlop board and the barrier on the right is where you can start braking. Now, again, here also slightly depends on your exit speed, depends on whether there is anybody around you. But after your Dunlop board and the right orange barrier that is there over here, this one, once you cross this, you can start braking. Ideally, 100 board would be optimal, but to be safe and take the next corner properly, I brake slightly earlier. All right. So here your braking has to be in a straight line. If you're alone, you can keep your braking till here almost, maybe a bit behind. So here I would say is your ideal braking in a straight line and then turning into your apex. This apex is also a place where you can easily get a penalty. This would get you a penalty. All 4 tires are beyond the white line. So you have to be careful on this apex as well. Throughout your race, if you have somebody around you, maybe there is a way you can get away with the penalty, but if nobody's around you and you take the apex fully, you will get a penalty. So be careful here. So you're supposed to take it in first, power out in first. Once you reach this second apex, you can switch to second. Okay, and here you have to not brake at all. Once you cross your initial apex that is there over here, okay, till here you're braking quite a lot, right? Till you turn in, you're braking quite a lot. It's straight line braking, most effective way to brake. Once you're done, you can take this corner at first, power out in first. Here you just lift off, nothing else, and turn in second. And then your aim has to be till here, this bollard. Don't hit that bollard is what I would advise you. Even if you touch it, it's fine, but there is a slight chance you can get a penalty here as well if you touch it way too much, like go completely over it and you're getting a penalty. Slight tap might be fine, but try not hitting that would be great. So yes, should be. See, it depends on your gear ratio ideally, but in most of the cars that you have, the first gear is just for this corner and the first corner, that's it. You have to... So I would say you experiment a bit with it and check whether what you're doing is which is better basically. So you should check that and you can maybe figure it out. I would suggest still going on the higher gear because you're just give me 1 second.
While Hershey's is attending to whatever he's attending. do. I think like for me, this specific corner because I used to struggle on this quite a bit, and I don't anymore. Like I love this corner now. It has always about what is the best way to not break momentum. Once I hit the once I hit the first apex, what is the most ideal way I can take the second apex and keep throttling out onto the next turn without breaking any momentum. There were I've experimented with brake taps. Again, this is not in the exact same car. This is across group fours, group threes, and whatnot. But I've experimented with brake taps, downshifting, everything under the sun. And the best way is whatever way you can use to break the least amount of momentum possible, if that makes sense. It can differ from driver to driver. I'm pretty sure Ram would be able to understand this a lot better than some of the rookies, purely based off of experience alone. But it has always been about what is the best way you can take the first apex and carry on over to the second while breaking the least amount of momentum possible. Yep. Hmm. which is which is why I incorporated this a long time ago. It is a full blown tap on the tap on the throttle. So I get on the throttle for a little bit, like 10%. As soon as I know the power is planted, I give it a good chunky tap. So the car pushes forward, and then I go for the second apex. And while I'm on the second apex, I start accelerating out like normal. That is what I use to not allow to break momentum. Whatever you will break momentum one way or the other. Physics will try to break it. You just have to yeah, exactly. Wait. Hmm. So you need to test it out a little bit because even that downshift, sorry, downshift or upshift. I think you said down upshift to second. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, it's an upshift.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Here you're saying. Okay.
Or maybe we can we know this is something we need to tackle. Again, I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, not even Hershey's. If you want to tackle this right now, be like by all means. Oh wait, let's just get through. Wait, yeah, let's just get through. Wait, we have like what three more corners left after this. Even though they're tough, I'd say let's get through with the track guide for once and allow others as well to practice. And while doing that, we'll bring this up in. I'll note it down and we'll bring this up again in like 5-10 minutes time. वो कोई नहीं मतलब ऐसा मैं तो बस बात कर रहा था उसका.
So I'll try to take it at full speed for you guys in a second. will cause to spin. And इसका gear shorter है. For this car, 100% shifting on second is the fastest way. You have a potential of spinning on this car if you keep it in first and just floor it because your gear is maxing out completely. So for this car, I'm 100% sure that you have to you power through here on first. Once you're here, second, and power through here in second. This is a bit of a challenging section. It'll come through only with practice. बिना practice के कुछ नहीं होने वाला यहाँ पर. The other corners at least are a bit more forgiving, but this section is quite tricky.
Hershey, how do you
Yes.
carry that much speed on the sharp right hander after the straight?
Sharp right hand.
Like this, the last turn before this,
Hairpin.
the hairpin, yeah.
So here, right, your goal should be after your Dunlop board is crossed, you brake in a straight line. You do not turn. You do not go on the curb. You do not turn. You brake in a straight line until you are confident that you will cross that. You will hit that apex in the right way. So your car should be around here, not more left, not more right, right here. Here is where you start braking. You go down your gears. You go down your gears all the way to first. Once you come around this white line on the left, or before this slightly, you start turning in. Okay? Here, you have to be on first gear, you have to ride that curve, and you have to exit here on first. Take this on second, and go straight. Clear?
Alright, yeah.
I think that was Omelette Boy. I remember that voice.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How are you doing? Long time.
Good, man. Good, yeah.
Alright. So, all clear with this section?
Yeah.
Everybody? One second, just let me check the stream. All right. Moving along. Now, the next three corners are sweepers. They are like mid-speed corners, which you have to take very carefully, as there is a potential that you can spin out quite easily, especially in the rain. Now, here the braking marker can vary depending on how you want to approach that corner. Now, if you want to take a very tight apex and maybe compromise a bit on your exit speed, then once this curb starts on the left is your braking marker. This is not what I use. I would say roughly halfway down this green curb on the left hand side, I start braking. I don't touch that curb because it causes you to lose a bit of grip and the car just keeps going on straight. So halfway through that left curb, you start braking, and your aim is again a bollard. You have to not hit the bollard. Your car should be right here without touching the bollard. You have to take this in second and power out through here. Don't ride this on the left hand side. I would suggest you can be on the red and white curves, but don't be on the green stuff. This corner is a bit tricky to get right. It takes quite a lot of practice to get it right. I honestly hate this corner the most. It took me a while to get right. So just to reiterate again, for this car specifically, your left hand side curve, halfway through, you start braking, you turn in and ride this curb. Don't hit the bollard, take this in second. All right. No. That whole corner is second only. Yeah. This whole corner is second, not first at all. You're on the entry you will be on second or third depending on your speed out of the previous corner. But once you are here, ideally you would be in third, I think so, over here. You downshift to second, you take this in second. You have to, here again, throttle control comes into the picture, okay? You have to throttle control here, and then your exit is on second. Okay? Clear, guys? Okay, so this whole section is one flow. I'm not gonna go corner by corner. I'll take this in one shot. So I'll take you all to the next corner and we'll go ahead from there. So here, once this curb ends on the left-hand side, right? You know you have to keep in mind that you have to start braking. Now, depending on your speed and depending on how you want to take this corner, like everybody has their own preference in this corner. You can lose quite a lot of time here. So there are people who take this corner on the middle and then turn in and exit out. And there is another way of going maybe more wider and getting a kind of a slingshot. Now, I honestly go a little bit wider. I prefer that. And I think it's the fastest, but on the higher lap times that I've seen, they all stay on the middle of the track. So middle of the track would be fastest. I prefer to go a bit wide to get a better exit over here and proceed. Now your exit gear on that corner is second. You're still in second. Once you are done with that corner, so this curve also is a bit tricky. You can spin out here very, very easily. Whether rain, whether dry, you can spin out on this curve pretty easily and get a penalty here too. There are only a few spots around the track that you can get a penalty on. This is the second last one. There is one more ahead which I will point out. But be careful on this curve for spinning and penalty. Moving to the next corner, as I mentioned at the start, your right-hand side curb, the right-hand side board that you see, the barrier, which is orange. Once that crosses, you start braking. You have to trail brake into this corner a bit, and you have to make sure you get as wide as possible and take this as a slingshot. This is your biggest slingshot in your lap, and this will make or break your race, make or break your qualifying time. You can gain 0.5 to a second on this corner itself, depending on how you take it. All right? Sure. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'll do 2 or 3 laps at the NSX and answer that then, because I'm not sure exactly kya hai and I don't want to give you the wrong guidance. I'll do a lap or 2 in the NSX and I'll tell you. Others, any questions you'll have regarding this? This is your most important corner, I would say.
We'll have to try it out.
Yeah.
Whenever I take the curb, my car tends to spin on this. So
the inside or the outside?
The inside curb.
So you have to not ride that curb honestly. You have to go wide over here so much that you're not taking that curve usually. You have to go from here. Maybe touch the red and white part of the curb a little bit, but you have to not touch the green stuff at all. 100%.
Okay.
So Hershey's on this last corner. Where do you start accelerating again? Like, is it as soon as you straighten the car, or is it after you pass this curve?
So once you're slowed enough to a certain point, you have to get on the throttle a little bit. Now by a little bit, I mean maybe 25, maybe 50%. 25, I would say, is the ballpark. You stomp on the throttle as soon as you're done with this corner, or maybe even before you hit like, for example, if you go too wide, okay, and you have almost a straight line through this corner, like right now, I think it's a straight line, not a straight line, but you can confidently power through at 100%. So where you get on the throttle is completely dependent upon how you take the corner, the previous part of the corner. If you're too tight, you have to wait till you cross that curb. If you're wide, then you can get on the throttle pretty soon. Okay. So give quite a lot of time to this and focus on this corner quite a lot. Here, taking the curbs, this left part of the curb is your choice. I personally take it. I think it maximizes track width, though you have to be careful on spinning and penalty. This is the last part where you can definitely get a penalty. So I'll take you all through 2 hot laps as long as I can nail them all together. And y'all can, if y'all have any questions anywhere, let me know. I'll continue, but I'll or keep your questions till the end. I'll answer them then. Okay. Yeah, no, today only. So the small box on the right, shift to third, shift back up to fourth. Keep it tight here, go to fifth, lift off, brake if you have to brake, go back to fourth, stay tight, and the box on the right, down to second, power out, third, maximize that exit curb. Here you can go wide or you can stay tight at the apex. Cross the Dunlop, brake in a straight line, come down to first, up to second, miss the bollard, third, halfway brake. I messed it up a bit over there. So here I go a bit wide and come back in. So I get a better exit. See, 25% you have to stay on 25%. And you exit. Once you're confident, you can take that completely straight. Now, I would say that's an okay-ish exit, not the best. So I can brake late into T1 a bit more. So where I would brake is just when the curve starts. Down to first and then power out in second. The same you can follow every lap. It was too wide, you would get a penalty. I'll do one more lap. At the exit.
Omelette, are you here?
Yeah, on the 100-hour turn or the next turn. Ah, on the inside. Like I don't go on the uh like while entering that tight left-hander, you mean? Oh, oh, like like I also go in the on the outside on the left, but right before the turn I try to come as right as possible, and generally I'm not able to go fully right, so I'm like just between middle and the right before the left-hander. Uh, so there was a different line that I took for the 100-hour where I end up kissing the inside on the end of the 100-hour, but I don't know if that line is faster or not. I'll show it to you later. Uh, I don't think I've gotten a faster time on that lap.
So we are done with every corner. I'll just take you all through a few important points for this track. As this is Fuji, you have to be prepared for rain. Rain or dry is 50-50 unless the organizer specifically mentioned that it's going to be dry or wet. If I'd be going to this race, I'd be expecting it to rain for sure. So put in time in the wet weather as well, as the racing lines don't change that much. To my understanding, you can stick to the same. Your name of the game in the wet on this track is surviving and not spinning. As long as you do that, you should be fine. Okay. So weather is one important part. When you start your race, turn one is quite critical. You have to not get overexcited and hit anybody. Brake a little bit early if you want. Not too early because then it will just start a chain reaction at the back. You have to brake in relatively to the guy ahead of you, and make sure no contact is. Try to make sure no contact is made, because it's it's a bit similar to maybe Monza for chicane, but not exactly the same. Maybe like 50% of the intensity or whatever. Just be careful on the outside of turn one. If you guys get hit, it is quite bad, because the green stuff on the outside is very, very slippery. If you make it through, you'll have good skill. Right here is where I don't want to be ever. Yeah, so guys, be careful at turn one on the first lap. Once you're through there, then yeah, ideally your entire first lap you have to be a bit cautious for contact anywhere because people are going to be close by. But your first sector is the most crucial where everybody is definitely close by and you can mess up quite a lot. So be careful. Survive more than spinning out or hitting anybody else. All right. Now, again, reiterating that your long right-hander is critical for tire wear. You have to be very careful of the tire squeal intensity determines how much tire you are actually losing. Lesser tire squeal, you're saving tires. More tire squeal, you're losing your tires. That might determine your race if it's a tire saving race. So make note of that. Then for this track, your overtaking zones are ideally turn one and the Dunlop hairpin that is there. These two are the best overtaking zones on the track. Other than this, I don't think so you can overtake anywhere else safely or comfortably. If you're putting a move, if you're planning a move, turn one is your place because you have a long straight full of slipstream. And the Dunlop the Dunlop hairpin is another place where you can make a move and make sure that you stick it properly. So, yeah, go ahead. So these two are majorly based on situations. If your opponent does certain things, तभी opportunity open होता है. And if you are considering overtaking here, first thing I would say is you need a little bit of. You guys have started recently, so I wouldn't advise you all to overtake there at all. Even if an opportunity opens up, if it's a wide, clear, open opportunity where your guy has spun out or gone completely wide, please go for it. If not, then I would advise don't make a move. Be patient and wait for a chance. Because
Why in your head? Sorry. Continue.
so if you're putting pressure on the person in front, eventually they will make a mistake. You don't have to be that हाँ भाई मैं ये बंदे के पीछे आ गया मेरे को अभी आगे निकलना. That's not the mindset of with how you win races. Just be patient, let them make mistakes, then you can take them whenever. Ayush, you were saying something.
Wait, I was just saying, don't actively lap after lap when you're planning your moves. You're in a battle with someone, you're planning your moves lap after lap. Don't actively look for moves in these specific corners. But wait, as Hershey's and as Ram said, if it's a clear cut chance, like if you see the opportunity, go for it. It's there for the taking. If you don't take it, that like me or Taran might contact you personally after the race. Ki, why did you back out of this? Because we go through the entirety of your races and we try to give as much feedback as possible. If it's a clear cut penalty, if it's a clear cut chance, go for it. A lap after lap, when you're seeking out overtakes, when you're in a heated battle with the same person, you stop. One of you gains time in one place and ends up losing it in another corner. When you're a part of that, don't actively look for I will try to overtake him here, right here. Remember that Hamilton and Max Verstappen crash from Silverstone 2021. Don't try to commit to a move like that in one of these corners. Is what all I was saying. नहीं, I would advise you not to do that, please. Because I fully get your outrage as well. But then वो CJB protest वाला हो जाएगा कि I understand where you're coming from, but वो कहता है वही not the way to do it.
So, in the rain, guys, here rain is imminent, I would say. It's gonna be there for sure. Most races, even ahead in SNI leagues, this is like a kind of a rain track that we stick to. We love the rain over here. It definitely comes and not misses the track. So in the rain, your racing lines have to change in a way you get better exits. How I said at the start of the session that your track is full of slingshots here and there. So when it's wet, depending on how wet it is, or even if it's an inter-territory, you have to ensure that you get good slingshots and you keep it on the track. In 100R, you can experiment a bit by staying in the middle of the corner throughout. You should be getting the similar speed through that as well, but your priority has to be corner exits. That's all. That would be my biggest advice for wet weather racing.
While we're here, and on the topic of it as well, is there anyone who does not understand what a slingshot within the context of racing and motor racing means? Hershey's keeps bringing up slingshot. You have to slingshot around this corner. Is there anyone who's not been able to understand what he means by a slingshot, or just want some clarity on it? All of this is terminology. All of us have learned after years and years of racing. Do not feel कि oh मुझे नहीं पता. I some people will look at me one way or the other. Do not care about that. Anyone? I hope everyone's clear on the concept of a slingshot in motor racing. Continue, guys.
I think they should be fine.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
prepare for the dry and prepare for the wet equally. Don't give one higher priority than the other. I think that is all that I have for today.
I hope you're not getting late, Hershey, man.
नहीं, plan बाहर जाने का नहीं है भाई. लोग घर आ रहे हैं.
अच्छा.
Yeah. So, any questions y'all have, anything y'all want to ask me, please feel free. I'll try the NSX also, Ram. Just give me a minute.
Hey Ayush,
Yeah, man.
does the rain apply for Lobby D as well?
You'll soon find out.
You will soon find out.
I guess.
Okay, good answer. Political answer.
Cool. I don't think these guys have any questions. I've done an amazing job.
You have, man.
तो भाई the question they पूछ रहे थे सब clear है. So I think I've done a good job. Yeah, why not? I'll stick to that. All right. I'll get in the NSX and have a run at that because I think that's a bit of a little bit different. 1 second. Whoever's got this car is gonna enjoy it. I feel like the most. I love the sound.
Yeah.
One sec, I'll just reset the time a bit. See, here you go wide. You have to take it wide. You don't have a choice. You can't slow down that much. I would stick to the same thing, man. 1 sec. Yeah. I think it's you can take it. It's a preference, but in all the GR2 cars that I drive, the gearing adds to the flow. Taking certain corners in certain gears is part of the flow of a track. चाहे कोई भी track हो. You can go ahead and do that. Bindas. See, it's not a very huge difference. The gearing is part of the flow, and maybe the fuel saving bit also a little bit. Yeah, you can fuel save a lot by upshifting a bit early in these cars.
Guys, Hershey's, like, I think we're for the most part done with the track walk.
Yep.
You can have the lobby up as long as you want, stay with the guys as long as you want. I'm so sorry guys, I can feel myself getting a bit ill. I kind of need to attend to myself for a little bit. So I'll be taking an early leave from here. I really hope that's okay, and I'm really sorry for doing that. But yeah.
Take care, man.
Again, to Hershey as well. Let me try and get Taran online and get him into the party.
Just hot lapping this car, Ayush. After that, I'll be hopping off. I'll stop the stream as well, but I'll let this be on the stream too.
Anyone else? I am here for like 2 minutes. If you have any questions about the event, about the lobby settings and everything else, there's lobby settings in terms of ranges uploaded onto the website. And don't worry, because it's the final week, it's the final 2 events. What we decided is to give you guys. What we have decided is to give you guys 99% of lobby settings before the race. Everything apart from the weather you will get before the race, which is why you'll get them at least 24 hours before every race. So you can practice it with the exact lobby settings you guys will be racing on, and everyone gets enough amount of time with it. But it also stays a little bit competitive till the end. So that's why for now you have ranges which have been uploaded onto the website, and you'll get your exact lobby settings 24 hours before every race, before each race. Any questions, anyone, about this or anything else?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go on, man. Are you just trying to bait me into answering the question?
Somebody else had a question. So, I'll show you. Give me a second.
You know what a traditional slingshot is, right?
I'll show you.
What?
Okay. So, to the person who asked the question, slingshot is basically your lining up yourself on a corner to get a very good exit. Right now, I am as wide as you should be, and when you turn in, you almost plant the throttle and just slingshot out of this corner. Basically, by slingshot, what I mean is you compromise your entry a bit and you get an amazing exit. Corner में तीन चीज होता है. One is your entry, one is your mid corner, and the last is your exit. So you're compromising everything except your exit speed. Your exit speed is your top priority on a slingshot. Now there are few ways you can take it. वो practice करने पे ही समझेगा. But basically, getting a very good exit speed is what your slingshot is. Yes. For this corner, yes. Usually, for most slingshots, it's the same. You go from outside to inside. You start from the outside and you power out towards the inside and you just power out onto the straight. So I'll share, I think I should be able to upload my hot lap as well. You can refer to that too. I think the braking markers, braking indicators are also there. And you can reach out to me anytime if you'll have any doubts or any questions at all. I'll be happy to guide you guys. Okay?
Everyone, can we have some yeses? Also, just for everyone's sake, Hershey's is Harshit Oja on WhatsApp. If you guys do end up texting him,
I'll just put a message.
Yeah, because everyone else, like Winner and everyone else, they've been kind of not just active, but they're actively part of the league as well. So people are a lot more familiar with those guys. So I just felt the need to.
Yeah, I've been away. I've been away recently.
Yeah, man. I was hearing the conversation with Dilesh.
Yeah.
You haven't been really active since the meetup.
Yep. I have other things going on, bro.
Yeah.
So I've put a message on WhatsApp. I'll be putting the stream link. You can refer to come back to the stream and see a particular corner again for notes. Then
I can make the links available to everyone. You just send me. I can send them to everyone individually as well.
Yeah. And I'll upload my hot lap as well. You can refer to that too.
Harshad, do you have 2 more minutes?
Yeah, tell me.
I just want you to look at my that same hairpin turn I was telling you about, and the last 2 turns. Yeah.
Second, I'll be stopping the stream. 1 sec. Give me 1 second.